Good. All right, we'll start with the opening statement from Coach and then open for questions.
Yeah, well, I thought we got better as the game went. I didn't think we played very well at all in the first half. Those first two quarters looked like a noon tip, or maybe we hadn't played in a while, or I'm not exactly sure, but really wasn't satisfied at all at halftime. Kind of challenged them to maybe give a little bit more and play to a standard and an expectation that we have for ourselves and our program. And then I thought we got a little better, had just a few stretches in there that looked like what we want this to look like. And so proud of them for the response to it. But got to spread out the minutes a little bit and kind of get everybody involved. So from that standpoint, felt pretty good. The statistics look good, if you're just looking at a box score. But when you dig a little bit deeper, didn't think we were quite as good as we typically can be. So we'll put it behind us. Glad we got it out of the way. Like I said, hadn't played in over a week, so felt good to get that one. And now we'll get ready for the next.
And do you handle a turnaround that quick?
Yeah, we've had to do it, I guess, because we had 3 in 3 days. But, a quality opponent, of course, coming in here who's very well coached and really, really talented. So I know we just talked about it in the locker room briefly that we don't get a lot of prep time. But we'll have them ready and prepared, and we'll meet tomorrow and then have a shoot around on Monday. So we'll be ready.
Early in the game, it looked like St. Bonaventure was really succeeding with long passes to beat the press. How did you guys adjust to stop that from happening?
Yeah, no, they were, and then they were making us pay on the back end, and not a lot of teams have done that. And it's a little, if they miss them, then it's fantastic. We didn't guard you very long. If you make them, then, it can make us pay a little bit. So we had to make a few adjustments just from an X and O strategic, side of things that I won't get into too much detail on, but I thought we adjusted to it a little bit and kind of eliminated that. But they did come out and definitely tried to beat it through the pass, and especially the long one.
Game like this, is this where you're trying to tweak a few things with the press, maybe try something new to integrate?
Well, a little bit. We didn't try to show too much if we didn't have to, and when the score got to where it was, there wasn't any need to try to do too much. Kept it again pretty basic tonight and tried a few new things from out of bounds and out of timeouts and things like that, just that we needed to work on as we move forward and into Monday. But for the most part, no. I mean, just get better, kind of what we do, I guess, was the mindset. And we just got a lot of kids got some good minutes that hadn't got some good extended minutes. So I thought that was really good for us to get those kids and get tired a little bit again and have to play through that fatigue.
Jayla Hemingway kind of had her fingerprints all over this game. Speak to her effort and performance tonight.
Yeah, no, Jayla was really good, and she's been a little frustrated, I think, early and hadn't quite broken through. And I've been kind of trying to tell her it was coming. I didn't know when. We never know when, but her night was coming, and she's a big piece. And a lot of our heart and soul is wrapped up into her and our team identity, and we've told her that. And it's a different role, when she's coming off the bench, which she hasn't done the last couple years, but she's been fantastic. She has great energy. So really happy for her to have that night because we need that kid big time moving forward.
Coach, it's been a number of years since this program's played both Penn State and Pitt in the same season. I'm guessing you threw those together in the off season when you got here, or were those already scheduled? And moving forward, what's the contract situation?
Yeah, well, no, Penn State's a return, so they went up there a year ago. So
right.
that's a return. Pitt was a new one that just got started. So, yeah, I think there's some of those regional rivalries that you want to probably continue. I think it's good for the programs, good for the fan base. Obviously there's a name identity when we say we're playing Penn State. Everybody here knows what that looks like, and hopefully that brings a few more people out because we need a great crowd and a good environment on Monday night. So I don't know that we have plans as of today to continue the Penn State, but it doesn't mean we wouldn't look at something like that. Yeah.
Pitt will come here.
Pitt comes here next year. Yeah.
You guys forced 31 turnovers tonight. This is the 6th time this year you forced 20 plus turnovers. As you get into the conference play and what you call the more competitive part of your schedule, how does that ability to force turnovers and to do it consistently give you guys and your defense a lot of confidence going forward?
Well, yeah, it does. It will get more difficult to do that, as you alluded to, in the Big 12. I don't know that we're going to turn people over at this rate, at that level. But yeah, it's really just trying to create some offense with our defense until our offense catches up, because I don't think our offense is where our defense is yet, and I'm saying that after we just scored 90, but a lot of it's coming from what we're doing defensively. So we got to get much better on the offensive end, especially against Big 12 type competition. But no, this is what we want to be. This is part of our identity. When I was at SFA, we were typically top 10 in the country in turnovers forced there too. So it is part of what we do. It is our identity. But you got to be able to win nights when you don't turn people over too. So that will be a challenge for us because we've played 7, and 6 of the times the turnovers has been pretty high. So when they're not, we'll have to adjust.
So you mentioned if you look past the box score, this game wasn't quite exactly what you wanted. Does that include like some missed opportunities, some half-court offense struggles? What do you think that alludes to?
Yeah, no, I think all of those things. I thought the energy, the effort is where, I call them the E's, enthusiasm, energy, effort, those types of things. We didn't have a ton of that early. And then so you just don't have joy with it. And joy to me is the ball moves and we have extra passes and we're facilitating. And, I just thought we got locked into trying to play one-on-one at times, and so we're dribbling every single time we catch it. And I'm yelling out there, pass the basketball and reverse it, because at some point you can't just, we're going to play against high-level defenders. And you're not just all the time going to go one-on-one and beat somebody. And we're going to need each other. And so really just trying to get them to understand that mindset, even on a night where they know they could probably go kind of do it on their own. And so really just wanted to challenge them to move the ball a little bit more. And we got to 20 assists, but still not, it could have been higher, and Jordan had 8 of those, so it's just getting everybody to kind of get on the same page as Jordan.
One more quick question. We mentioned bench points for Jayla. How about Tirza Moore? She came back, missed a few games, started the season. Now she's been strong so far. What do you see from her today?
Yeah, no, she's getting better and better and probably more comfortable, but she's one that needs these extended minutes because she missed so much time with her injury and dealing with that. So trying to let her play through some stuff. I think she wanted to come out maybe once, or was looking over there thinking maybe I was going to get her out, but I just kind of shook my head like, nope, you're going to play through this one just a little bit longer to see if she could get going. But she could be a presence, and she's really a great rebounder. She hasn't rebounded at the level that I want her to yet, but she's got a chance to be a really good player for us, and we need her too.
You mentioned the half-court offense, 44 points inside the paint tonight. Was that an emphasis coming into the game? Is that just something that you saw you could take advantage of?
Yeah, but both. We had an advantage against them. There's some nights where we have not had a, back-to-basket advantage. We thought we had that tonight, but either way, you have to play offense through the paint, but there's different ways to do that. We can dump it to a post, a guard off the dribble, in transition you can get paint touches. So it's really paint touches and then what you do from the inside. Those threes go down because the ball comes from the inside out. Those are the ones you practice. When you're in a gym by yourself, the ball's passed to you from underneath, right? They go shoot on those guns, and every one that rebounds for them comes from the inside out. So, we really, really want to try to work through the paint as much as we can. But, won't always be via the pass or to the post player, but tonight there's an advantage.
Coach, along those lines of Jordan and sharing the ball, how would you rank this whole team, not just Jordan, but the whole team as far as sharing the ball? You mentioned the 20 assists. I think you had, 22 the other night against Sharp. Those are pretty good assist numbers for a team.
Yeah, they're good assist numbers. I think they could be considerably higher. We're assisting at a pretty high rate, so you still want to look at the assist rate, which isn't bad at all.
Right.
But a year ago it was not. We were very low assist, like 11 a game. And I want to be 18, 19, 20 a game. And so for the most part we're getting there, but a lot of those probably come off some turnovers and at that level. So when we don't turn people over now in the half court, will we assist? And so that's kind of my challenge, just to see if we'll do it in different styles of play.
Can you, through a system, I don't want to say manipulate, but crank those assist numbers up? Is it possible to, because the assist seems like it's the one stat that, rebounding, because you grab a rebound and, it's in the box score, but an assist seems like it's a little bit different than any other stat.
Well, yeah, in a certain way. I mean, you're only going to make so many field goals, and
Right.
so you can only get an assist based on how many field goals you make. You can run good offense and make a great pass and miss the shot, and you don't get the assist, but it's the right play. So we chart offensive execution and quality. So
Okay.
we chart that as well. So we have quality possessions that may not end in a make. So I do want to be careful, always thinking it has to be a score to make a great pass. Or assist numbers could be down. So it's ball movement. We chart passes. Like, we know how many passes we make every game, and by quarter and by possession, and we know the result. Typically, right, if you'll move the ball and get it side to side and get it reversed, then usually the outcome is pretty good, right? People can defend one side of the floor, right? If you can get it side to side, it becomes a little more difficult. Defense may break down. So it's really just about ball movement, moving it. And typically when you do that, we have good kids and they can shoot and they can make plays, so we should get some assists.
It's a lot of numbers you're looking at.
It is, yeah. Oh yeah, I know we look at a lot. We got an analytic team that looks at stuff and helps us and analyzes it, so we know where we're at.
How big is that binder, right?
It can be pretty big. Give you, it's somebody has to translate a lot of those numbers for us, because I don't know exactly what everything means.
Any more questions for Coach?
One more. So obviously coming into a game like this, you've had a couple, games where you guys are big favorites. How do you keep the team focused and to not look, again for like this week, to not look ahead to Penn State and focus on this game, even though, from on paper you guys, are supposed to win?
Yeah, well, we haven't really talked about Penn State a ton, so you don't really worry about it. It was just, we prepared for St. Bonaventure like we prepare for everybody else, so the whole setup to that was the exact same. I would be really careful as a coach to not prepare them. Then I would expect them to have the mindset of looking forward had we not prepared them the right way. But we did the same scout and the same prep for them that we would do anybody. And now we'll have a little bit shorter one for Penn State, but I think this group can handle it. We just did it in Puerto Rico when you don't even have 24 hours to prepare for an opponent. So you get ahead of the game. So, our coaches were ahead of it. So we've got the prep work from our side pretty much probably already done, and we'll go do a little more between now and practice time tomorrow. But, I asked them earlier in the week too, how mature of a team are we? And they were kind of looking at me like, I think, well, we're older. We don't really have any freshmen. And really all I meant was, you aren't, like, this is the week and we have 2 games. Which one are we looking at first, right? Make sure you're not looking at the next one. But we need this one Monday. This is going to be good for us to gauge where we are. Be a good challenge for us.
This early, you guys were 7-0. Anything like surprise you? Like if you go back and think about what you had to work with when you first got here and what you're seeing now, any?
Well, yeah, a little bit. They've picked up on some of the defensive stuff a little quicker than I probably thought we would. We're not still where we need to be, but they've picked up on it a little bit. The offense is behind the defense, but that's normal. Even if you've been here for a few years, I feel like it takes just a little bit longer to gel and get everybody on the same page, especially when you have 6 returners and 7 new kids that just haven't played with each other for very long. So we're just learning. I keep saying every time we play, I get new information. Most of it's good, but there's some in there that isn't so great, and some probably somewhere in the middle. But I'm learning a lot about them. I'm sure they're learning about how we do things as a coaching staff. So yeah, every time we get together, we learn a little something.
Thanks, everyone.